Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode. One of the question, encode and decode string. So as we are following Leetcode blind 75 challenge, so we will be going ahead with the same, and today's question is encode and decode string. So let us first read this question, then we will be checking about the constraint, then we'll check out that whatever possible solution we can derive out of the question which we have read so far, and then we will check for the implementation part with whatever possible edge cases are there, and then at the end we'll check for the time complexity and the space complexity, and we'll check if we can optimize it further or if it is not even required to optimize it as per the constraint. So let us start. First read this question and then the constraints. So here we are required to design an algorithm to encode a list of strings to a string. The encoded string is sent to over the network and is decoded back to original list of strings. So basically we are given with list of strings, means a lot of strings are there, and that we need to convert that to a single string, and then again that particular would be sent over to the network, and then we need to retrieve the original list of strings. So basically machine 1, that is the sender, has the function string encode which has the input vector of string, and then our code would be there and we are required to return encoded string, means basically a single string out of that list of strings. Then machine 2, that is the receiver, it has a function, basically it will send us vector of string as the output, and we will be giving input our encoded string and it will return us the decoded string. And then so machine 1 does string encoded string equals to encode strs, and machine 2 does vector of string strs2 equals to decode encoded string. So str2 in machine 2 should be the same as strs in the machine 1. So implement the encode and decode method. You are not allowed to solve the problem using any serialized method such as eval. So now here whatever the example is, and the constraints are the length of that particular string which is there, that is 200, means at max 200 strings would be there, and each string itself has the length of 200 and could be 0 also. So strs of I contains any possible character out of 256 valid ASCII characters. So follow up, could you write a generalized algorithm to work on any possible set of characters? Now here the whole thing is, let me first explain you, because at the starting I was also not able to get what the question actually want to say, that's why. Now here basically we are given with a list of string a b c, these all are strings, fine, c d a b and so on, and basically we are required to return a single string a b c c d a b and so on. A single string will basically this would be a single string, and this particular single string need to be returning this list of string again when we fetch, means basically this is function 1 which will be giving this, and this is function 2 which will be returning the original list of string. So that is the whole criteria which we are required to do. Now the thing is, it's our choice that we store it in this form or we store it something like this, that 3 at the rate abc, then 4 at the rate cdab, means everything is concatenated here, it is a single string, or we store it in some other form like dot abc 4 dot cdab or any other form. But now whatever algorithm we will be following to form this particular string, we need to do a reverse algorithm so that we can get this original string back, list of string basically. So this is what this question is about. So basically this question is also asked in several companies before. So the question here is something about that how you can fast build up a logic and how you can even detangle that logic to get back the original input. So that is what is being checked in this particular question. So that's why anyhow at the first moment person takes time that how we can do that, what simple things could be done so that we can decode it back to the original one. So that is what is being tested in this particular question. So for that purpose, now what we will be following would be, we will be following this particular format. So that we have our string also, we have length also, and we have this special character which will help us to check that yeah, we figured out a string. So that is the whole scenario here. And this particular length will help us to check that yeah, till this we have our particular string, and then we will be going ahead for the next this character and we will be checking that this length is there. So till this we have our next string. So that is what makes it easy basically to decode the string. So in that context we will be implementing. So let us finally jump to the implementation part. Okay. So this is the implementation part of our question. I hope it is clearly visible. One minute. Okay. Okay, cool. So here, now the first function which is there, that is encode, which passes a vector or string strs, means the list of strings which is there. So now this is the encoded string which we will be returning as our answer. So now the thing which I had shown you in the whiteboard, so we will be following that only. What we'll do is we will take one string out of this vector of string, and then we will be checking for the length of that by doing the simple function str.size. And then what we will be doing is we will be converting that particular length to the string format and appending that with a special character at the rate, and then the original str which is there, that we will be appending. So basically it will become something like the length, then at the rate, and the original string. And like that we will be appending all other strings which are there in the list of the string, and then at the end we will be returning this encoded. Now comes the part when we are required to decode our encoded string. So for that purpose anyhow we require to return vector of string, right? So here we require vector of string because we are going to return that. So now here what we are doing is we are taking one head, means simply one integer head we are taking, that this is the starting of a particular string. In that particular appended string structure, not structure, appended strings means whatever we got by accumulating, by appending all the strings which were there in that list of string. So this will basically point to a particular string, and it will at max go till size of that s.size. So now we will be getting what would be the position of this at the rate, and the starting point would be from the head. So what we are going to do, we will get the position of this particular at the rate by using the function find first of at the rate. So by this we will be able to figure out that what is the first occurrence of the at the rate, and that starting point would be head, means the first occurrence from this head of this at the rate, and that position we will get at this particular, because anyhow this particular function will return integer. So that's why we will be able to get this, and then we will be getting our length. And how we will be getting our length? We will get our length by anyhow head would be at the 0 and at the rate position which is there, that will be at the rate, right? Means basic see, at string which was there as the encoded, it has length, it has at the rate symbol, right? And it has say a b c d string, right? So what we require, our length would be at the head itself, right? Head and the whatever position at the rate would be having. So when we will be doing this, right, so that will give us this much length only, right? Whatever length would be there, because there could be possibility if the string is of 100, 1000, something like that length, so here the characters will increase, right? So it will go up to like that, right? So that's why we require this thing, that this much length is required and its starting point is head. So by that we will be able to get our length which is there, and we will be converting that to from string to integer, so that we can store that length in length. And then we will update our head pointer. Earlier our head was at this particular point, means our head was at this particular point, right? So now we need to update our head by at the rate +1, so that it points at this particular point. So now our head is pointing the first character of our substring, basically we can say. And then what we will do, we will just do r dot pushback, means we will just push back to the same. And what we need to push back, the substr starting from the head until the length, because anyhow this particular length, the 4 length which is there, that is indicating that this much length substring is there which we need to append, and that we will be pushing to our r. And then we will update our head with the length, so that whatever is the next one, say next one is 3 at the rate SAT, right? So because of that we will be able to get on this particular 3, so that's why we are updating with the length. So this all was required to be done, and then at the end we will be returning r. And by this we can easily encode also and even decode also our string. So this whole method which is known as, it is known as chunked transfer encoding. So this is already one of the known method, so that's why this particular question which is there. So if you have already done this question, it would be much easier to solve in the interview if asked. But if you have not solved, then anyhow you would be like thinking that how we are required to solve it. So that's why it's pretty much good that if we follow this particular series and solve all the questions which are mentioned there. So this was all for this particular video. If you have any doubt, you could comment that down, and if you really like this video, you can like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you think that there could be some other solution as well to this particular question, you could comment that down as well. And if you have any doubt that there could be something like this, something like that, anything possible answers which could be there and why we have not used the answer, that also you can comment. So this was all for this video. Thank you.